OpTic continues to do some really interesting things with their compositions, and so I wanted to showcase how they used Yoru on Ascent, which is one of his best maps in my opinion. The thing about Ascent is that to access the site on the attack, you have to pass through some very narrow and easy to defend choke points, which is one of the reasons that Jet has been a must pick forever on this map. The way that OpTic have layered their utility to make it safe and also effective for Yoru to teleport onto the site is something that's really cool to watch. So here we are in the pistol round, and you can see that OpTic is set up to hit the A site with all 5 players. Now, this has given Cloud9 the opportunity to push out and sort of get a bunch of information. There was an early pick that happened in middle, so obviously OpTic has a bit of an advantage here, but we're gonna see how this utility stacks up here. On the minimap, we can see that now the Yoru has released a gate crash that is now gonna slide along this wall and eventually make its way onto site. And once it gets a little bit deeper into the site, that's gonna cue the rest of the hit. There's the Omen Smoke and the teleport, and suddenly OpTic have full control of the A site. But let's go ahead and hop into round number 5 because they use this execute many times to take the A site. And so here's a better look at it. So we're gonna see a breach flash to kind of clear the way, a little bit of a shoulder peek there, and there goes the gate crash heading out towards the site. Now, as it gets through the doorway, we're gonna see the breach aftershock goes into tree, actually through the wall to sort of hold the door. That is also going to be comboed with a smoke once again from the Omen. We can see the gate crash now headed towards into the site and the rest of OpTic ready to throw their utility. So let's see what they actually use. Okay, so there's the blind side from Yoru, his flash bouncing off this little metal cannon at the top, which is gonna flash essentially behind generator and anybody here and anybody here. So that's one layer of flash that needs to be dodged. We can also see that the Fade Haunt is coming up here, and this lineup is gonna land up on top like this. And we can also see that there is a second breach flash that comes through the wall over here. So it's just, again, another layer of flash to be dodged. So we had the one flash here, about a half second later, there's another flash over here. And then there's one final piece of utility, which is the Fade Seize that's gonna go over the top here and land in tree. And you can see that the circle of the Seize goes all the way basically to switch and keeps anybody from actually coming into the site. And while all this is happening, you can see that Yoru has once again teleported over here. There was also an Omen Paranoia that came through like this to hit generator as well. And so it's just a perfect layering of utility. And you can see that there's just nobody for Cloud9 on site because it's not possible to play there. If you are on site, you're going to be blinded by something because there's so much to dodge. And so Yoru is able to get very deep on the site, catches Leaf off guard, secures Heaven, and the spike is going to come in and be planted. Now I want to show one more little iteration on this because it's going to be basically the same execute here. See all the utility coming out. There's the Paranoia for generator. There's a counter Paranoia here for the defending Omen. And this time you can see that the Yoru teleports a little bit shorter. I'm not sure if this is necessarily by choice or just kind of like as a reaction where he felt like he needed to get through because the Paranoia came through and stopped the rest of the team from pushing in or what. But regardless, because there's so much utility to be dodged and so much noise going on, you can see that neither of the Cloud9 players on site have any idea that Yoru actually did teleport in, which gives them another free kill there. And they eventually fight their way in and clear out under Heaven as well. So let's talk about the ultimate for a second, because this is the first time that we really saw OpTic utilize the ultimate for great effect. See that Victor here is in Dimensional Drift right now, and he is gonna go ahead and clear a bunch of angles. We're in a 4v4 right now. Spike is headed towards the A site. He's going to come through and clear Wine. And also if we rewind this real quick, you're gonna see he does a couple other things. So on the way to Wine, he's gonna drop a decoy plant spot. So the decoy will go there if he activates that a little bit later. And then he's also going to go ahead and check, and then he's gonna drop a gate crash there as well. So these are two anchors that can be activated later, right? The gate crash sitting there and then the decoy sitting there. Now he's gonna go ahead and clear through into switch and then up here into Heaven. And the glass has not been broken yet, which is a problem for Yoru because he doesn't interact with it when he's in Dimensional Drift. You can't break it by yourself, but You can throw utility when you're an ultimate, and the blind side can break the glass. So we see him break the glass there. It flashes heaven, and then he's going to decloak and come out of dimensional drift. So that gives them a sound cue. Obviously, the two players on Cloud9 are kind of boxed in right now. They're trying to fight against this Yoru coming through heaven, and there's also, you know, more players presumably coming in through other parts of A. So what Victor does next is he's going to go ahead and come up into heaven. He's gonna fake the teleport there, and at the same time, he's gonna activate the decoy. So now the decoy, and presumably the real Yoru, because the teleport sound just happened right here, is going to enter the site with his team. And this is going to allow OpTic to come in through the tree doorway and find the kill there. And then we also have this Yoru in heaven. And the only reason that they don't win this round is because Leaf comes up with some crazy kills here and finds 3. But you can see the idea behind this